It's a great day to play, everybody. Welcome on into the channel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I was like, what way haven't we gone yet? Jingle seemed like one of them, you know.
Oh, Jingle Vision.
We haven't done the Jingle Vision. It just sounds like a bad, like, Christmas Hallmark movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About, like, some guy that meets some girl, you know,
This
in, like, a
summer.
television studio.
Jingle Vision.
Jingle Vision. Okay. Anyway, Santa brings them together, you know, all the good stuff.
And then the thing goes across the thing. And, maybe loving you save me.
That's gonna be the sync licensing for Marlog. Is that what you're saying?
Dude, it could.
It's true.
Just
that
that
song
one
could
line.
do
dude.
everybody. Yeah, it's true. It's a very powerful line.
Yeah.
Whether it's your first time here, or you're rejoining us, thank you for being here with us today. You're loved, appreciated, always welcome here in this channel, and you are
Enough.
If you're watching this, you're probably confused because you're probably not seeing this on the channel that you're used to seeing this on.
Yeah. New channel.
New channel. So, new channel, kind of the old channel, but basically with everything that's been going on because of how much we have going on, we're splitting off the reactions and the podcast and everything like that. We're going to be splitting that off into its own channel, which it was always meant to be, and then our other group is actually going to be getting our main channel because, you know, we want to invest in them. So you guys are going to see us here, and this is going to be the place for some of you. Again, you've already been following this channel because this was more of like our vlog channel and where we did a lot more of the behind the scenes content, and you'll still be able to see a lot of that here. So this way we can kind of give you guys that really are just focused on the reactions and stuff like that, that you can still see them. But we do apologize. It's been a little bit. We've been hyper busy right now, and people have been like the amount of tags that we got, and like the amount of like other videos that people are going in and like, when are you doing damn? 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 It was just like, okay. And full disclosure for me, I knew that we weren't going to get to it, and I watched this when it first came out. So I've already seen it, and I also knew that I wasn't going to be able to like get away from it because all the artists were going to be seeing it. So I've seen it, but I've
listened to the song, but I have not seen the video.
All right, so I'm not going to spoil anything because you'll know why. But anyway, here we are. Apologize for the wait. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow along with our journey, check out our live streams, which we're going to do every now and then. And all this stuff, all the good things. You can check out our artists all in the description down below. There'll be some links for all of that. But are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm not centered in my camera, but it'll get fixed.
Yeah, it'll get fixed.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's do this. Good sound, bro.
Ano bang pakiramdam? Dati lang, payapa, malaya at puno ng pagmamahal ang lahat. Naglaho ng dahil sa makamundong kasakiman. Paano pa ba iingatan ang kaibagaan kung ang kapaligiran na ang kalaban? Paano ba hihigitan pa ang dulo ng kabutihan? At paano ba wawakasan ng isang bagay na hindi naman nagawang simulan? Ano bang pakiramdam?
This is ugly, but alam mo naman that me like it. Then again, cause I might see kahit na ano pa yan, come bite me. What you gonna do, dude, pag may dumating na maitim na ulap ako kikiligin? Kung tutok sa positibo ay baka lang papraning, kasi pag realidad na ang harang agad nagising.
Anong pakiramdam pumanik sa walang hanggang hagdan? Di ba sa kadamdam ang katapusan ang lahat na isinimula ito? Sa'kin di pa lahat tinipon kahit hindi ka
Okay,
Uh,
the video, like, did someone like flip some bitcoins? What happened here?
what happened? See,
Like,
what happened was.
what had happened
What
was like
happened was.
this is a big money video. This is something crazy.
Yeah, I went.
Like,
So
what?
yeah, so it was really when we did the teaser, because I showed you the teaser. I saw the teaser. It was very like reminiscent of like Game of Thrones, and even the teaser, I was like, man, like this is some money, because like we have had so many issues here finding 3D, like good 3D animators. And again, it doesn't mean that they don't exist, but the problem is like there's not really like unless you know somebody, there's not really like a Fiverr network or like a network where you can just go and be like, hey, where do I find that? You know what I mean? Like in the US, a lot of times you just go online and there's a bunch of different like workup places and stuff like that where like, I need this. And you're just somebody's gonna be like, here it is. But here it's a little bit harder. And then like when I saw this, I was like, man, like we knew that they existed, obviously, but it's really well done. It's really well done.
Yeah.
Very Game of Thrones.
And this drum and bassy kind of vibe that's going on. And then so we're about to hit the switch, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I heard the first note of the switch, and it's like, is it in a different key? Like the chorus? Like it comes in like it sounds completely different.
Yeah.
Or is this the pre-chorus coming in?
I
guess maybe.
I'm gonna let you find out. I'm gonna let you find out. I do love like the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, it's and like and nobody read into this, please. But it sounds like it's reminding me of like Mulan, kind of Disney. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of like larger than life kind of marching kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's got very militant vibe to it, right? Like an older style militant vibe, like absolutely. All right, go back just a little bit here. Yeah. Like even the visual transitions in this are just so freaking. They're really really good. Like they have places that do effects like this all the time, but like the one with him like in the screen and then like the eyes turn, it's just like they did such a good job on this, man.
Like they've been competitive in the pop industry.
Yeah.
For like the last, I'd probably say like 2 years, 3 years, they've been like competitive.
Yeah.
But like this is just a whole different echelon of like I remember when Blackpink was doing like big CGI kind of stuff, and you know what I mean? Like this is real, like crazy up there. This is like different.
Yeah. Honestly, it actually reminds me. It's like it brings it back to the beginning, because this song in general reminds me much more of like what era.
Yeah.
And so like it almost like ties these two things together, which makes sense because it was like, you know, you have like the question mark, the exclamation, and then the period is like the whole thing. So it kind of like brings it all back together. But what was also like a really, really like I remember with like the huge audience they had and the flag scene and the dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels more reminiscent of that, but just a higher class of quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they really tried to step this one up.
It's so cool. And like, yeah.
I'm gonna save only because I've seen it already and we've already heard it. Like normally we spend a lot more time talking in between, but I want you to be able to see more of it, and then we can, I think, spend more time at the end talking a little bit more about it.
Okay.
Wag nyo kung hamunin Kaya magsikasusunugin Yeah, I'm the bliss cause I'm the great, the best Pessimists and y'all cannot contest Racists don't examine, not the faintest Cause it won't, but this never ends Batasan ba yung mga paa Kung di naman kaya Tumayong mag-isa Ano hahawak ka ng pangarap Kung matutuwag ka lang sa pahamok Eto na Kailangan mong maniwala Paano mo bumakas na ng di sinimula Mananatili kang walang alam sa pakiramdam Bakit ba nagkaganto ang daming tukso
Tawad ang panglaging may gulo Pagkamalas
Ba't ba Ikaw galing tumakbo Dito lang ako Kasalanan kong
I love the use of they're using like sounds that would be happening in the MV in the song itself.
Yeah.
So like when the drop happened, instead of using like just like another drum, it was like bricks falling. It was like
Right.
like that was I didn't really notice that before. That was really,
You know
really
what this
cool.
reminds me of? With the type of animation is, have you watched any of the new Falling in Reverse stuff?
Yeah, well, I've seen that. I was working with an artist the other day about their concept, and I showed them the Vampire Revamped one.
Okay.
That's like super larger than life, 6 minutes long. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the level of that's going on with it. And it's, you know what's crazy is it's crazy for either person to be doing, like, Falling in Reverse. Of course, they're a huge band, but to have that kind of like CG and like that kind of quality in their video, and then also for them, like, dude, this is nuts. Like, the bar has been set.
Yeah.
Like, and it's been set super high, and damn.
Which is, I think, what they were trying to get you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lahat ng to Nahumpay sa paggusta Ang lahat ay may dahilan Huwag ka nan Sige lang sa
I'm sorry. Hold on. That part that just passed, I don't know if you heard it, but it is, they used one of the most famous drum breaks on the planet ever. The one that's like, hey, it's from God. It make the thing go right. It makes it really overtime.
Was that it right there?
Right before this.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah! Hey! That's really cool.
Good catch.
Ang lahat ay may dahilan Huwag ka nan Sige lang sa paghabang Lupa Higita ng sagat na Kung ito na ang wakasan Walang simula Ito na Bakit ba nagkaganto ang daming tukso Bawat hakbang laging may gulo Pagkamalas Ikaw galing tumakbo Dito lang ako Kasalanan ko lahat ng to Nahumpay sa paggusto
Anong pakiramdam?
Anong
Anong pakiramdam?
pakiramdam? Kailangan pa'y sa paggusta.
I mean,
Okay, so let's man. I don't even know where to start. There's a ton of symbolism in here as well, but we could literally I could spend an entire like episode just talking about the symbolism. I think some of the coolest
you mean symbology.
The symboliosis, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah.
The act of
sorry.
the act of symboliosis. But I think like the really, really cool things to know are obviously like it really does do a good job of telling their journey. And then like it's almost like at the end with the stone, it's like they've solidified their place finally. And that's kind of like the whole point of the period at the end. I also find it like regardless of whether like this was their entire vision from the very beginning in terms of like exactly this, or they left it open enough to come into that with like the question mark, exclamation point, and period. Like it really does this amazing job of capstoning it, and at least you can tell that there was so much thought and foresight at the beginning of like this is at least a direction that they wanted to go. You know what I mean? Like they had to leave it open for that with everything. And so that's kind of I think where we'll go on the symbolism stuff, because there's a whole bunch, and I'm sure by this point in time there's also people that have dedicated hours to just breaking that apart. But from a musical standpoint, the interesting thing is I feel like this song again for them was a risk because they didn't go the commercial route.
Right.
You know,
right.
you have your first comeback in a super, super long time. It's 5 minutes long. And they didn't go the commercial route. It's not like just a normal song that you would normally hear on the radio. And it shows, we talk about a lot of, there's like artists and then there's idols, and like you can kind of find yourself in between. And I always like come back to feeling about how artistic that SB19 is. Like they just sit on the artistry spectrum, and that especially with how much money went into this music video, it was like there was a decision clearly in a boardroom somewhere that was like, we know we're gonna spend a ton of money. We know that this is a risk, but we're gonna go on art. We're gonna bet on art.
Yeah,
on this
we're gonna go with this specific song because this is the one that is good, that like says the story for the video and says the story that we've been wanting to say, and that's not to say that it's not a straight banger, because it is.
Yeah.
But
100%.
when it comes to like having, you know, a crazy catchy melody in the, you know what I mean? Like the A-B pop that is always going to do commercially well, especially when you have the numbers that they have. They could drop something that is like an A-B pop song and it would go super viral. This has like what they kind of remind me of is when back in the day when like Nirvana dropped and they got on the scene and they kind of just started making just noise, and people, and they were like, no, like this, they wanted them to do pop stuff. Like they wanted them to do it, the label, and they were like, no, this is the stuff we want to do. We want to make this noise, and this is what people are going to like because this is art. And then the record company was like, you know what? Fine, let's see what happens. And of course, the art prevails, and it's Nirvana. So like, it's one of those things where like pop and commercial stuff can do very well, and it usually always does. But if you're a very good artist, then the art can do the same exact thing. In fact, what it ends up doing is the art is what changes what the norm is. Yeah. So like obviously a million bands came out after Nirvana and did the same thing. So like what they're doing in the Philippines pop community reminds me of that, where they're like, no. Like we're gonna be the tastemakers. We're gonna figure this out, you know?
Yeah. And a couple of things I that. First off, because we've gotten like misconstrued because of like, I think that there's communication things sometimes due to language. So when we say things like it's noise, we mean like it's a different sound. It's a different taste, not like that it's noise music. Because like I've seen that here, you like, that's not what we're like, it's a different taste. Like they're creating something new. And the second part though, is that the key to that is all the people that tried to follow Nirvana and create the sound though, did not do the same as Nirvana did. And that's one of the things that I think is special about SB19 is like, I made this comment to somebody else of like, anybody else does this song like this, takes this type of risk, it's not going to land the same. It lands that way because of SB19, because of their art, because they've kind of built a persona and a career around this. But you can't just do that. Like you have to build that over time. And they've done an incredible job over such a long time of being able to do that. I really honestly, when they came back out and they were going to come back out with a hit, because of where some of the other groups are going right now, I really did think that they were going to maybe do something commercial right off the bat, just to try to like...
Especially after Moonlight.
Right, yeah.
Something in the moonlight.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was actually refreshing to see like, no, they like, it was clear that like, this was for their roots. And I guarantee you that you're going to see on the EP that's coming, I guarantee you that you're going to see commercial songs on there. But I think that, again, it was one of the risks, but it's going to create much more chatter. Now, will this song necessarily do as well like on a global market? Maybe, maybe not. But what it'll get done is it's going to get pushed far more locally and regionally. And, you know, that is possibly going to allow it to go up leading into the EP that drops. And then you're going to see that. And so it's kind of, you kind of see that right now with Beanie released Blink twice, and then they released the EP, and you see, I think it's like Forever Diamonds on there, or it's, what is it? Something Diamonds, I think, is on there. But that's the one that's like pushing right now because of like what Blink twice did to push it up. And then that seems like it's like, even though Blink twice was commercial, that one also seems really commercial. And like, that's what happens with trends is like, this is going to definitely push a lot of the other stuff because it's going to have so much support locally. Once that EP drops, then that'll be able to take off and get everybody's eyes on it and bring them back here. But I mean, the song is doing unbelievably well in the first one. You know, at this point in time, I think it's already hit #1 trending in the Philippines here. And man, the budget though, again, there's so many choices that got made here and so many risks that they took because they do have their own company now. They've got a lot going on. And I know that there have been, you know, there's good and there's bad sides of that. To having your own company, like from coming from just being able to be the artist and having your own company. And, you know, it is really refreshing to see that like they clearly just were like, we're going to gamble on us. Because this is like one of those things I feel like where this could like break a company. You know, you go and you spend and you invest this type of money and it doesn't pay off. And that could be crippling, you know, but they did, and they took the risk, and it's very, very clear that it was worth it.
The all-in mentality, which is what we're finding out as we're doing what we're doing, and as we're finding out from some of these like CEOs that are sitting down on podcasts and stuff. It's that all-in is the only way to go. Yeah. If you have a real vision. Man, there was something I was gonna say. Now I can't remember. But that was cool.
Just hit yourself in the head.
If I stir everything up in there again, I'll never settle.
I just quieted it down. Anyway, incredible. Man, my last thoughts on this were, you know, the shock isn't as much when you see it, like, but when I first saw this, it was like every moment is an adventure in this. Every moment, the song really does take you on a journey, and like, man, just quality on this one. So much planning. And then, so I'll also say, we maybe could also react as I think that you should see it. So they did. We've been critical here on like a lot of like the live sound and stuff like that, and we've been very, very open about that. But it goes to show you though that like a lot of times the artist has something to do with it in terms of like if the artists say we're not willing to go on the stage unless you provide us with this equipment, most of these places will provide you with the equipment. If everybody says that, the issue is right now is that there's some people willing to go on the stages, and so they don't have to do better equipment. But we see it all the time. Like I've seen a lot of shows at MOA now and at Phil Arena, and like I've seen them with pop groups or like Filipino groups, and then also with the K-pop groups. And the standards are very, very different, but they're in the same spaces. They did a live on AOS. Mm-hmm. And AOS is like has always been very good visually to me, but like I'm always like the audio is really, really hit or miss. Like they don't do a lot. Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah,
the stage was set, and you can tell that like it was a whole different caliber though. And part of that was likely because I guarantee you that SB19 said, okay, we're gonna do it, but we want to have input in the audio, or we want to make sure like it has to hit this quality if we do this.
Or maybe at this point. They might have a team. They might have like three people that they're like, all right, you guys are gonna go in, find out what equipment they have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and
just do it,
stuff like that. Yeah.
But it was that performance though was the first time that I've seen, and I was like, this is it. Like it was very reminiscent of their the Asian Artist Awards, where we also talked about it. I was like, well, this is what happens when you actually put money into a performance. You don't have all the tech issues, and it sounds really good, and it looks really good, and like when you actually put it in. And that's what it was reminding me of. It's like it's that now. And so as long as we can keep rallying around that, like that's what's going to end up really tipping the scales and changing like what it should be. And I'm glad that they're not just leading in like the type of music that they're doing, but they're also leading in that quality area in terms of like, don't just put out anything. Like they're very meticulous about the art. And so just super huge appreciation for that on them. But great job. Wow.
Good job.
Good job.
Great job. Great job.
Also, should reach out to their 3D guy. Be like,
yeah.
Hey, we haven't been able to find this. Can you please? All right. I think that's it. You know what we need to do now?
Yeah. Two things. Stell was wearing that white thing with the
Yeah. Do you also want that?
Yeah, for sure. That's the one, right? Like that's the one. That's so big homie Stell. Let me get that. Let me borrow it for like a weekend. I'll give it back.
Okay? If you dress in that, you actually will just be Prince at that point. You do realize, right? You just will be Prince.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm good with that. And the emoji code is turtle. Mine's turtle.
Turtle Mines? You want to blow up a turtle? What?
No, not Turtle Mine. I'm Breaking Bad.
Turtle. Mine will be lemon.
Cool.
Turtle lemon. Turtle lemon.
A turtle trying to eat a lemon, but like it keeps eating it, but it doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow along with our journey. Check out all the stuff. Check out all of our artists in the description down below. Brand new artist FINIX is out now. If nobody told you that they love you today, please don't forget that we love you. You're appreciated, always welcome here on this channel, and you are enough. And last, but certainly not least,
it was a great day to play.
Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.